Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's From Sinner to Saint video, I'll be reviewing St Kilda's 26-point win over Richmond at Marvel Stadium on Saturday. I was so pleased with our performance. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get right into it. So, we kicked 15-3-93 to 10-7-67 under the roof, and that's number one talking point. Our kicking this week, and against the Doggies, against the Pies it was pretty poor, but we only kicked, 6 goals in that game anyway, so it was never it was not crash hot to begin with. Against the Doggies, 14-4. Against the Tigers, 15-3. If we had 18 scoring shots last year or the year before, we would have been kicking 6 goals, 12. You know, that's come out of nowhere. Whether it's Jared Roughhead weaving his magic and we've just become a goal-kicking stardom club, I'm not too sure. We do have a lot of fast-running goals. You know, Joe the Goose is out the back and stuff like that should go through. You know, Brad Hill took one in the square and just ran it in. Dean Kent kicked a goal from the square. Had 2 posters in that as well. But, you know, back to the point, and Brett Ratton made it in his press conference, when you're getting goals, opportunities like that, you know, 25 out on the run or over the top or out the back, you should be converting well. And I think that's just a credit to our style of gameplay this year. It's been fast, it's been brutal. We're looking at every option, we're lowering the eyes. Last year, if we got a ball in the centre square, it'd just be a low, high bomb. That made no sense. It'd just be a high bomb into the forward 50 and hope that Tim Membry or Bruce could do the rest. But now it's coming out to the wing and it's going direct to a player, which is even better. Now, we'll get into the first quarter, I guess. We'll just do a quarter by quarter to sort of sing along, I guess. So, yeah, they kicked the first goal within the first 10 seconds. Edwards got it out the middle off a Jones and Long sort of fumble. Jones had the ball. Long, if he'd actually gotten that ball, we would have been out as well. So it was one of those ones where if it worked, it would have been good, and we would have been going, oh, that was a great handball, but it didn't work, and we're going, oh, Jonesy, what are you doing? So they got out to a perfect start, first goal within 10 seconds, and I was on the couch, I was going, oh, God, what is this game going to become? But then we kicked the next 4. So, you know, apples and oranges. We played really, really well. Dan Butler is just doing amazing things. He's definitely leading our best and fairest at the moment, and I think he'd be up there with the Brownlow as well. Not like Rowell or people like that. Rowell, not Fife. He's played alright, but not Fife. Who else has played well? Lockie Neal. Yeah, he's not up there with them, but he'd definitely be the best small forward in the comp, in my opinion, at the moment. His work around the ground's been electric. His burst of speed, really good in front of goal, and he's composed. He's just got an animal in him. You know, he's just so good. So he was a star player in our first quarter, and really the whole game, to be honest. Played really, really well. And yeah, we had a 7-point lead going into quarter time, and that was promising. You know, it was a bit of a shootout, 5-4. What could happen? Second quarter was again a little bit of a stalemate. Nothing really happened. It was just a gritty quarter. Scored 3 goals, which was really good to their 2, and gave us a nice lead at half time. Brad Hill got hurt, which was not good, and we were all very, very scared at that. Jack Rewalt sort of landed on top of him, but we were just really controlling the ball around the ground. We were losing the centre clearances, but we were able to rebound off the half-back flank really well, which was what I was hoping we'd do. Won a lot of battles on the wing, which was good. Shut down Dustin Martin, which is a credit to Seb Ross. A lot of people look at his performance and go, oh, he didn't play too well, but look at what Dusty did, bugger all. So again, apples and oranges with that one. He played really, really well. I got forward a little bit, but Carlisle did really well on Tom Lynch. Dougal Howard played all right. It's taking him a long time to get into games, which is a bit concerning. He's dropping a lot of marks. He's turning it over a bit. He's just being a bit out of position, but that'll all come, you know. He hasn't quite gelled to our back line yet, but it's looking like it's starting to work together. That half-back line with Caulfield, Patton, Clark, and Long is going to be really good when it comes into fruition in a couple of years. Paddy Ryder was out as well, which was very interesting. He was laid out with soreness, and Dean Kent come in. I don't know if I've said that already, but yeah, he played well. Dean Kent, he was thereabouts. You know, he did what he had to do. Marsh played well. I think he's a confidence player, John Marsh. I really do. Didn't play too well against the Pies, right? And I'll be the first to admit that, but kicked a goal in the third quarter, I think it was, against the Tigers. And since that moment, He was leading for everything, double leading for everything. He was in the contest. He was tackling harder. He was running harder. He's definitely a confidence player, and I really like to see that. I just hope that our selection committee can back him this week. We're very quick to dump someone, I've found, and I hope that we can stick with him, unless you name Sam Gilbert. But he deserved his spot all the same, Sam Gilbert, all those years ago. Yeah, I really hope that we stick with John Marsh, because I feel like he just needs time. Like Clark and Caulfield and Long and Gresham and Steele, like everybody. And I think that he'll be really good when it comes into it. But back to the ruck battle. I don't know how we just got off there. Paddy Ryder, I guess. Yeah, that was a really interesting ruck battle. Nankervis played bloody well. But Marshall matched it with him. Marshall kicked a couple of goals, which was good. Still at 120 ranking points. Not that that's everything, but it's enough. Yeah, it was a very even contest. He won around the ground, and I think that Nankervis looks a lot better than he actually was, because their midfield won most of the centre clearances. We won a lot around the stoppages and stuff, but out of the middle, Richmond really dominated, and that's something that we need to fix. But all in all, our midfield played well, considering who we're up against. In the second half, Zach Jones went down with a bit of a hamstring injury. He went under a cloud, really, if I'm being honest. I didn't know that he was injured until he was, until after the game, really. But yeah, he was our best player at one point. He was playing really well. Just adds a little bit extra, a little bit of composure and stuff that I think we did miss a little bit, but we still played well without him. And as Brett Ratton said, it's better to hold him off, have him right for next week's game, than push him to his limit and he'll be out for 2 or 3. I think that's very smart coaching, and I think he also backs our midfield enough to let that happen. I feel like if it was a much closer game, he wouldn't have. But yeah, it was pretty close at 3/4 time. 9-5, 59 to 12-2, 62. So what's that? 3 points, I think? Or am I wrong? 12-2? No, that's 70. Right, I've lost it. 16 points, I think it was. And I didn't think that we'd have the legs. We fell asleep in the last minute, and we gave up a goal that we shouldn't have. Brought them back in the game, and I thought we were going to throw it. I really did. I didn't have much faith at all, but we come out in that last quarter, and we just stuck to our guns. You know, we tackled harder. Long and Clark played really well. They're so silky in the packs, you know, and we played really well. Brad Hill played fantastically in that last quarter. He just did not stop running. Marsh did well. Marshall did well. Butler did well. You know, it was just a really gritted out win, and we ran over the top of the Tigers. In the end, kicked a couple of goals to seal the deal and put some icing on the cake as well. Now, I'll get my iPad up here. We'll go through the best players, in my opinion. Steele played well, 21 disposals and 10 tackles. You can't do much better than that around the ball. Marshall played well, 2 goals, 15 disposals. Billings and Hill, 25 and 19 respectively. Hill, if he didn't go down, he probably would have played a lot better in that second half, but he probably just was managing himself a little bit. Membry, 3 goals, which was good. Butler, 3 goals as well. Loney, Long and Clark played well. Battle, in his return game, keeps his spot for mine. Kicked a goal and had 16. You can't do much better than that. We look a bit down the list here. Hanbury played well with 18. Jones was out in the end. Gresham come off with a nasty shiner, so I don't think he'll be playing against the Blues, in my opinion. But King as well. He was our lowest in the fantasy, but 10 disposals. Right, no goals, but 10 disposals. I like that from our key forward. I really do. He could have had 50 marks. He really could. How much did he end up with? 3. He could have had 10 easily. He's in the right positions all the time. He gets a little bit manhandled a bit, but when he puts on some muscle and some weight, holy swear word, he's gonna brutalise people. He's going to be so good with the time and the effort. And well, exactly right. With time, he will be one of the best key forwards in the competition, I think. Any negatives to take out of it? I don't think so. Gresham and Jones being a bit injured is not the best case scenario, but they've both got question marks over next week anyway. Hopefully they both make it up. Long, I think, did one thing in the first quarter that made me a little bit but I'm more than fine with it, because he's only going to develop. And it was, gave up a goal, and it was just a little lapse in judgment. We all know that Bennelong's an explosive player with his pace. He likes to give people the stiff arm and get around them, and I think that it just wasn't the time to do so. So he's in a pack, come out of it, he took on 4 players and got tackled. Now, he didn't have prior opportunity as per, like, he didn't have any time to get the ball out, but as a defender, which he is now known, and it's a master stroke that Brett Ratton is doing that at the moment. He's such a good half-back flanker, Bennelong. All he's got to do is take the first tackle, all right? Blind Freddie could have seen that there was no way he was getting a disposal out of that, not a clean one anyway. Wasn't getting a clean hands out the back or a little hack kick out of congestion. He was only going to get tackled or it was going to spill. So I think with that, he just takes the first tackle, gets a stoppage, we reset. That was the only bad thing I took out of that. Our kicking was good. We did fall asleep late in quarters, but you know that's going to happen sometimes, and that's just something I'll have to live with. Bit of a different fixture this week. In the last hour, Richmond and West Coast has been changed to Sydney and West Coast and Richmond and Melbourne due to COVID and the quarantine hubs. So, yes, our game stays unchanged. Full preview of that coming on Friday. So, yes, look out for that. There'll be a round review tomorrow, I think. I'll try and give my opinion on all the games tomorrow. Maybe an AFL evolution video, depends really what I'm doing. Be one of those two. So look out for that. AFL videos throughout the week as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Go Saints. It's our year. Have a great day. Cheerio, sayonara, and goodbye.